Elder statesman and former presidential candidate Chief Olufalaye has called on Nigerians to be wary of political parties without ideology. Chief Olufalaye made the call while unveiling the new headquarters of the Social Democratic Party SDP in Abuja. According to the elder statesman, Nigerians must wake up and ensure they vote into office the right people to govern the affairs of the nation at all levels, noting that any mistake to continue with the status quo will further plunge Nigeria into misery and hardship. Other speakers at the event, among who were the SDP National Chairman Alhaji Shehu Musa Gabam and the party's presidential candidate Barrister Adewole Adebayo, said the party will continue to sensitize Nigerians on the need to shun money politics so as to salvage Nigeria from those who destroyed it.
Take 10,000 and vote for the wrong candidate. No, we can all see the crisis we are going through. 10,000, 20,000 can no longer solve the problem of insecurity, of hunger and inflation. Fortunately, Nigeria has today the party I had the privilege to have revived some 12 years ago, Social Democratic Party, which is the only party with a well thought out philosophy and ideology and a manifesto, which tells Nigerians what it will do if it gets into power. Others don't tell you anything. When you vote for them, you give them a blank check. So you should not complain when they do nothing, because they didn't promise you anything.
And disunity, because a poor people in a tense environment, in an insecure environment, cannot be asked to practice love to one another. They will be lashing out against one another. And institutions will be undermined by poor people who are struggling in their life, and those who have opportunity to man institutions will be using the institutional resources to escape from poverty personally. So we are now back 30 years later. We are telling the Nigerian people, through the symbolism of what we are doing today, by opening this office, that through this office, truth will be told to the Nigerian people. Through this office, justice will be spread across the country. Through this office, the manifesto of M.K. Abiola, Farewell to Poverty and Insecurity, and the constitutional mandate in Chapter 2 of the Nigerian Constitution, for us to spend the money of Nigerian people in the interest of the Nigerian people. It's what brought us today. Victory is when every child is in school and can complete school without strikes. Victory is when you have sound medical care for everybody. Victory is when you have a stable currency that will not make you poor while working. Victory is when human rights, rule of law does not depend on the government, but depends on the machinery of state.
And we know this country. I have visited every state of Nigeria. I was part of the formative stage of PDP from the G7. I know every political figure in the Nigerian history. So we have the goodwill, we have the determination, we have the energy, and we are not going to be deterred or intimidated by anybody. That will harmonize our understanding, strengthen our vision, strengthen our commitment, so that we can focus on the election.
The central reason why incumbents used to win election is through rigging, has always been through rigging. Now, with the new Electoral Act, technology has been employed to remove all man-made rigging schemes. And that is to the disadvantage of incumbents and to the advantage of opposition. That is a clear fact that nobody can deny. Therefore, incumbents are the ones crying. Opposition, we are the ones celebrating. So we have no problem with the issue of incumbency.
The Minister of Water Resources, Alhaji Suleiman